Hello, everybody. You are watching a new episode of Tales from Tomorrow, our Fallout TTRPG series. I will be your overseer tonight, Kyle, and I have my cast of comrades here. We have our friend Sky playing as Sam. How you doing tonight, Sky?
I'm doing well, thank you. Hello, everyone.
And we've got our friend Jim, played by Dark Knight. DK, how are you doing this evening?
I'm quite all right.
Good to hear. And finally, we have our friend Mac Raven on her character Raven. I probably should have pointed these on the screen, but Sam there at the bottom. We got DK playing Jim over on the right, and I'm introducing right now Raven. Her character used to be named Quiet Raven, and to introduce that, she doesn't have a microphone, so uses one of the text-to-speech programs. Raven, hello. How are you this evening?
Great head blast.
Good. She had a blast. It's been a weekend. It's been some fun. I want to warn people that last week, you probably saw me a little frustrated with this alchemy virtual tabletop VTT. It has continued to be a pain, and I've been replicating the issues, but just got it working at the start. It's already been set up to work. So if it fails on us midway through, you can just thank the coders for that. But anyway, what we got right here at the start is just a quick visual of where our characters have gone. You can see that they're floating around the town of Hope. I'll move Sam just a little bit off to the side. And I did make an edit this week because where they're looking to go is down the street to this icon labeled boat. Where they've been planning an attack on a Mothman cultist beachhead. If you want to get more information on that, you can go back and watch our syndicated versions of these episodes. They're all up on YouTube, as well as your favorite podcast players. We upload these in audio format, so you can listen on your drive or commute, whatever you're doing, mowing the lawn or otherwise. You can listen to some Tales from Tomorrow. Don't know if I want to shout out too much else. I'll tell you again, we have that 20% off discount code at the Bethesda shop. Use the codes BTales 12, 13, and 14. Those numbers always add up. They just expire after a week and after 10 uses. So BTales, Bethesda, B is in Bethesda, Tales is in like our spelling for the show. And again, you put the number 12, 13, 14 at the end. Save yourself 20% off at the store. We get a kickback off of that.
They've got like new releases out, right?
They do. DK's on the ball. They have a new shirt, a hoodie, and a Contigo style container, metal water bottle that has like a Vault 33 Vault Boy, and he's carrying a bunch of stuff. I forget what it is, but he's got like mounds of either loot or notable icons. Pretty neat. There's some other items on the shop that I have my eyes on as well. So, yeah. Also, a reminder, the code BTales at checkout at the Modiphius shop will save you 10% over there. So if you're buying minifigs or you're stocking up on core rulebook and all the other cool stuff like the Wanderers guidebook or Settlers, you can save yourself 10%. We get 10% back, so it's a cool exchange on it. Otherwise, again, just a reminder, people follow the YouTube channel, come by our Twitch streams or YouTube live streams on Sunday nights as we record this. And without further ado, let's go zoom in to the Town of Hope. Now that you have an overview visual of where our players are looking to go, this will flash up a quick kind of image of the town, give you a good view of the main street of it there. There's the church at the very back of it. There's the shops up along the left and right of Main Street. And if I take us a view further, can we synchronize the battle map? Yes, we can. And over here, well, I'll just show that off again. There's the church up towards the top here. And you got the shops on Main Street. And so if you go over one more street, this is where our players, most of them are hanging out. We got Sam, we got Raven, and we've got the Protectrons. We got Lena here. In the last episode, they had tried to interrogate a Mothman cultist, specifically two of them. And while they're in the process of it, Sam, you had a really ingenious idea. Maybe you want to tell them a little bit of a brief recap of how you were going to enhance interrogation the Mothman, but how that maybe didn't play out in your favor.
So we had a a prisoner who was there prior. They had been infected by some of this pink paste. It had turned them ravenous. And so I had the idea to kind of use them to to scare off the Mothman guys. Thought maybe I could get them to talk based on some tales I had heard about their funeral rites. I thought maybe if they had gotten eaten, they wouldn't meet their maker.
As it turns out, the other cultist, or I should just say one of the two, when you made that threat, he decided to break something like a cyanide capsule in his tooth, effectively. But it was a bit different because this whole process was sort of a self-sacrifice where his body began to sprout roots like out of the roots that you see if you've played Fallout 76 around the Mothman shrines. There's just these tangle of roots. There's effigies made into them, all kinds of skulls and bones. And this was just pure roots that burst out of him and broke through the jail cell. They burst through the foundation of the building. There's actually, just for the sake of people's knowledge in this field right off to the side of the police station, there are roots burst through there out of the ground. They had caught fire as well. Raven, was it you that did something? You did. Oh, you used your flamer on them and sort of stopped their growth, but that also had the double-sided effect of turning the police station into a big tinderbox of burning debris. The Protectron and Mr. Handy, Alfred, were able to go in there and put out the flames. But yeah, that's where we go ahead and pick up. I'm going to throw it to these two briefly to have some maybe exposition in the street. If you guys want to chat a little bit about that encounter, what that brought about. There's still some fire. And then, Jim, we have you over in the hospital for right now, that your character had been ill when you missed the last part of that session. So I'm pretty sure in short order, we'll either have you just leave there on your own and you can wander your way over at your own time as they're talking or otherwise, or we'll have someone come and get you. But either way, just for an idea of where to start, that's where we're going to pick up, gang. So let's figure out how to make our Kenku music bot work today. He doesn't want to play our city music. There we go. Some ambiance. So Raven, you're there. You've got Sam, Lena. She's looking at the smoldering smoke that's coming out of the building, and all of a sudden you see Alfred burst out the door, and he goes, "My God, the building! We've got the fires out for now, but the structural damage in there is incredible. It's like a forest tried to grow out of the basement. I suggest we need to do some urgent trimming of this neck of the woods."
We'll get right on that. Is everyone okay? Let's head count. Every human and every robot. Did they make it out?
Well, there's no sign of the cultists from within there, but we do have myself. I'm one of the robots, and the other Protectron here. And one of the others walks out of the building as well behind. And there's ashes falling. You see, as you're looking into the door, some boards have started to collapse and fall through. Lena goes, It looks like we got most of us, but this is a real wash, Sam. I hope you got the intel you needed.
To be honest, I don't know how much it was worth, but what we do know, at least, is that what we're dealing with is beyond what we expected. And it's better to be surprised about this now than when we're all out there vulnerable.
I just wonder how many of them are waiting for us.
Me too. We should probably tell Tom about this.
I'll get a skedaddle. You should check in on Jim here soon. Make sure he's caught up to speed on it, see how he's doing. To the Protectrons watching the street, she kind of goes over and just gives some orders to one of these Protectrons that was sort of blocking off. There is a little bit of a crowd. A small crowd has begun to gather right outside of where the Protectrons are. They kept people at bay so they weren't, rushing into a dangerous fire. But there is a small crowd of people who have gathered, and you can imagine there's a little hysteria around the building. People worried that this is such a fire right in the center of their area. This is right off from the kitchen and the cafeteria, important buildings.
I may have brought doom to hope again. I think the town people might have been right about tossing me out, Mr. Sam. There is civil war brewing between my people.
Raven, I'm just as responsible for this, if not more. I brought them here. It was my idea. So don't blame yourself. And don't blame, your background. I think that a lot of this is beyond us. I think that we're dealing with powers beyond anything that we could really comprehend.
Oh, Master Sam, this reminds me of something out of those comics my previous owner used to read. It's like a fairy tale we're living.
Reminds me of some of those old horror novels.
Yes, that's the word for it. I just wish I knew what these vines were. I do have some experience with trimming back the lawn, keeping it pristine. I love a good white picket fence and a beautiful hedgerow. Maybe I could go and help clean this mess up.
If you would be willing to do that, it would be much appreciated. We definitely need to clean it up before the entire building collapses. I mean, our kitchen is attached to it.
Yes, where would we make our stew? A great idea. I will get to work.
Raven, do you want to go, let's go check on Jim, make sure he's okay, and then we can meet up with Tom and see what we're going to do from here.
Yeah, Lena says her farewells to you as she goes off to converse with Tom. And she does give some orders to the Protectrons that are there so that they can begin helping Mr. Handy clear out just general debris from the building. Ultimately, I think both of you would know as you're departing the scene that you will have a bit of decision making if this is a building that should be restored or if you consider it sort of a lost cause. I don't mean the entire structure of the kitchen next door, but this specific unit. Theoretically, you have the option if you want to in the future rework this facility for something else. It is, a charred mess right now. So, well, and charred and also just physically structural damage as roots are through. So you may go on your path there. Sam's making his way over through town. Gonna check in over at the theater converted into the town's clinic. So as you get over there, I'm sorry, there might be a little audio in the background of this clip. I'm not sure what that is. But anyway, as you make your way over there, Sam goes ahead, knocks and opens the door. Sam, you go on in, and there you see Jim just sitting in the main area. He's laying up in one of those beds. Jim, what sort of shape are you in? Are you...
I'm a little... not out of it, but a little bit not half asleep. I'd say more just kind of groggy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was in and out because I had I was some sort of not a fainting episode, but very low energy, very low, just unable to keep a conscious effort to myself.
Makes sense. That is the sight that it falls before you, Sam, as you go on in there.
I walk in. I check. I see that he's sitting up, doing better than when I saw him last. Last time he was running a fever and was looking worse for wear. And I ask him, "Doing okay, Jim?" Here, this might perk you up. And I hand him a Nuka-Cola from my bag.
Ooh, thank you, Sam. Yeah, it was a struggle. I don't know what went wrong, but I should be back to my strength here now and ready to go. I've been hearing some whispers here and there that you might have destroyed the town a little bit.
I can't believe it traveled so fast. But yes, we're in a bit of a pickle. I was hoping that you were good to go and we could all meet up with Tom, see where we're going to go from here, because I think, I don't know if there's any reasoning with these people whatsoever. I think that they have a mission, and I don't think that they're going to cease their mission until it's complete. Whether that ends with this town razed or not.
Well, at least you got the chance to confront them. But yeah, that's worrying.
But if you're good to get on your feet, then I think we should go chat with Tom and see where we go from here.
Sounds good.
And with that, we shall depart.
And as you leave the theater, some of Jacob's crew there, you can see there's a little agitation. But that rumor, or scuttlebutt as you guys are calling it, has traveled very quickly, considering, again, people can see flames fire smoke from where they are, or close enough. And as you make your way back out, a few minutes, I should say, have passed, probably a good 15. You see that people are gathered up in the church. In fact, Alfred he's in the middle of business. It would probably be either Hell's Bells or Lena. I'll say Hell's Bells is out there in the middle of the street and probably grabs you as you're going through, says, Tom and Lena, they're in the church. A couple people are gathered in there. And as you go in, you can see that Tom, Lena, the mayor, they're in mid-conversation. There's a group of the townspeople that are there ready to hear what's going on. People are talking to one another. You can go up and feel free to approach them with any questions, comments, or concerns.
Tom, we need to talk.
You're telling me, Sam, what the hell happened down there? I mean, I got a little bit of a download from Lena, but Mothman cultists growing tree roots out of them, breaking down buildings, people setting fire to buildings. He kind of side-eyes Raven as she's sitting in a row over there. Mothman cultists, Sam, are a hell of a problem, and it sounds like they're bringing our war to our doorstep now.
I hate to say it, but it seems as so. I thought that there might be an opportunity for us to figure out what's going on with these people, but honestly, I think that even if they told us everything, it would be kind of beyond our comprehension. This kind of stuff, I sense a strong evil in this. There was one of them, he didn't falter at all. He didn't break. He had no fear. And that, Tom, I gotta tell you, that's terrifying. I've seen a lot, but I've never ever seen someone with just no emotion whatsoever like that.
Well, if these guys really are the ones that took out the free radical raiders along the way, power armor and all, as the story goes, then these guys must be they must be exactly what we're hearing. They must be really worth their weight. And I gotta say, in that scouting expedition, did you all figure out numbers for them? If we go to try and clear out their beachhead, are we looking at 5? Are we looking at 50?
Well, what little information I did gather is that is not their home base, which leads me to believe it's some sort of post that they've just made while they're just milling about in this area. I can't imagine. I imagine there could be a decent amount of people, but it's not going to be the whole tribe. So it might give us a decent shot.
I sure hope you're right. How many people do you think is appropriate for us to send? I mean, you guys can take your time. Think about it.
The APC evens a lot of odds, though. I'm not entirely sure the answer. Maybe just whoever's willing.
That's a hell of an ask, especially considering I think a lot of people are going to want to be manning their own shops and the warehouse we just opened. It just feels unsafe to me now. Do they know where we are?
Based on what he was telling me, I think it's entirely possible. And based on what I know from some of the weird things that have happened to Raven, it's more than likely. She's told us about some out of body experiences. I think it's entirely possible they were able to somehow communicate it with means beyond our understanding.
Oh, Lena chimes in and goes, Tom, yeah, I think this is one of the worst nights that's soon to come. All of this, just the whole thing, the damage to the building, the free radicals that I met when I was out there. These aren't pushovers, and for that group to have been hitting them so hard, for them to know potentially we're here. What else did they say, Sam? Do you remember anything else they may have mentioned as they were, I don't know, talking, if they even did?
A lot of it is a blur. I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything that happened. And to be honest, they were very, very cagey. So I'll have to think, and if anything goes back to me, I'll let you know.
Please do. I think we should probably send out some sort of message to Foundation, get in touch with them, let them know. See if they have any experience with this sort of thing. Not to wait for them, though. I'm not suggesting we wait. They couldn't send troops up here, and I don't expect they'd be able to tell us anything radically different that we don't already know about the way they fight. But I think someone should give them a message, if nothing else, so they know that we're still alive today, regardless of what comes next.
Yeah, I think it called her the interloper. I thought it was silly story to tell us kids. We have to kill them all root and trunk. And yes, they know where. I'm sorry, Mr. Tom Doom is coming if you don't fight. Back now.
Oh. I have no idea what an interloper is, but we should probably try and figure out any of that information we can. We should probably be taking notes. Mayor, if you could start a log specifically on this topic, I think you could file this under mission critical for our town here. We're gonna need all hands on deck. Those walls need reinforced, and here we were just thinking about growing, taking back new streets. Now we're looking at bolstering what we got. Hell's Bells chimes in from the back, somewhere kind of to the side, and she goes, one thing to keep in mind, Tom, even if they know where we are, that doesn't mean that they're here or coming here right now. We might want to be sending out, or at least figuring out how to do some different scouting operations in the area, making sure we have eyes down the road. We may, she says hesitantly, may want to touch base with the free radicals as well on this too. I don't know them personally, but if we're looking for more allies, or at least more bodies in the fight, that might be worth it.
I'd consider it too. My only worry is that, they're going to want to take the ultimate prize that we're looking for, which is the boat.
Tom chimes in and says, Rusty's been talking up that boat, and I can't lie, I really would not mind having some sort of travel here. I heard you all were looking at different ways to make some money in this town, and having a boat would sure open up some possibilities for us. Really could open up some chances for us to get in touch with Foundation, physically get in reach of Foundation, instead of having to haul ass up and down broken roads all over the countryside. Mountainside.
Maybe if we, maybe if Rusty and I can combine our heads, we can figure we can work out a deal with them that will lead us in the possession of the boat.
Hell's Bells hears this and goes, well, I don't know if we're going to get in touch with the free radicals that quickly. So maybe we can secure this beachhead without them. But we should look to have them at least, I hate to say it this way, but if they could serve as the bulwark against the cultist threat, that would be a whole other line of defense. Assuming they're coming from the south to the north, that puts us the furthest out of the way. They're already clashing without us.
I mean, that's true. I was just kind of hoping to get our hands on this before they ever found out that we were looking for it.
Then why don't we do that? Why don't we rush them now and we let the free radicals know after it's done? Tell them how big of a threat. Idea. Say again?
I don't think that's a terrible idea. I think, maybe they'll just start sending people up that way. Maybe it'll cause some of the cultists to flee and start going to fight them.
I think there's something to this. I think this plan could work. Tom says, anyone else here have any ideas? Anyone want to throw anything else out on the table?
I like Hell's Bells' plan.
Shoot them up first. Tell the free radicals after we did it. Tell them that we found their an encampment. And if we do find any free radical equipment, that could be our rationale for telling them. Return to sender sort of thing. You can decide how much you want to tell them you find or not. Just in case there's any kit you want to keep for yourself.
Or we keep it.
Oh, well, sure. So then,
I will go send that message to Foundation because I'd like to use the radio if y'all don't mind.
Oh, you're welcome to, Sam. I think this meeting here is about as done up as we can. I think we have a plan. I think we need to know on the time of this attack, when we're going to engage.
Well, it's nighttime right now above board, I'm pretty sure, right?
I'm pretty sure. I was just thinking this myself. Because you guys went out and I think came back, maybe it was around like 9 o'clock at night or something. Oh, no, wait. Wasn't this the next day? This is after the day of training then, is that correct? And so you all trained, and then it was like 5 or 6 o'clock at night, I think you got done with your training.
Yes, and then we immediately went over there.
So yes, it is nighttime now. We're going to say it's a healthy 9 o'clock at night.
Well, we know they're most active at night, so maybe we stand guard tonight and head out as early as we can.
So it's settled then. Okay, you all tell your folks, tell one another. Anyone that wants to show up to go on this mission, meet at the Gate of Hope at, let's say 9 a.m. It won't take us too long to get there. We'll hit them right at noon as they're probably sleeping.
I appreciate everyone using their heads to try to work this out, and I'm sorry for bringing these guys here. I don't think I could have ever predicted this happening.
I don't know who could, Sam. I don't know who could. Okay, everyone, disperse. Go on your way. Like I said, tell your people. And they do. They begin to funnel out people. It's a little more packed than we have NPCs here on the map. But folks go out, start relaying the message to one another. There's guards and such on duty in the town and all stationed up in their places. Traders go back to where they were. Rusty Dusty Bones, I don't know why he's not on the map. Oh, he is. He's over there. Whoop, we're going to put him back in his stall. The mayor, I'm going to leave him up there, and we'll put Lena somewhere here. Okay, so Sam, you're going over there to the radio. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and you're trying to get in touch with Foundation. How do you go about and do that?
I was just going to just leave a quick message Foundation and just tell them that we were attacked and that the Mothman are coming, the Mothman cultists are coming, and just beware. But what I was really interested in was changing the station to like a dead station, something that isn't receiving anything or just isn't sending out any signal.
Okay.
And then just kind of bow my head and I'm going to whisper. I'm going to say, Modus, I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you're listening, but I'm here. I'm praying to a robot, but we're in a dire straits here and we need help. I don't know what you could do to help. I honestly don't know much about where we're going from here, but if you're reading this, if there's anything you can do, just please help Sam Houston, help us. And I cut the channel.
Wow. Well, your message to Foundation is well received. You would probably get a hold of some radio operator over there, and they would receive that message, take it down, and inform you they're going to pass it along to probably Paige or one of the ward. I think is the other one that's in charge of Foundation at the time, and they'll get a hold of Tom or some such person here in the next cycle day probably. And your message to Modus goes out there, whether or not he receives it, cares about it, or otherwise. That is an interesting concept. I like it. What I want to warn people above board as well is that within the next 30 minutes, we will go ahead and take our break, just so people have that in mind. So this is a great opportunity if you guys want to continue doing things around town, if there's things you want to sell, if there's conversations you want to have. This is the evening hour. I said it was 9 o'clock. If you need it to be a little bit earlier, like 8, something like that, so you have some more time to do what you need, that's completely okay too. It is getting into September, as a reminder for people's schedules. This is getting close to the time of year. It's getting a little dark in the evenings. Mothman cultists may or may not be taking advantage of that for their own nocturnal rituals. But you guys have some time here. If you need to do anything, Raven, if you need to do anything, Sam, if you got to continue with more, I leave the mic open to you all.
Just to clarify, I'm not certain, but I think my map on my end is like in a weird way because like we were like when we were chatting it out in the church, I had tabbed out for a minute to another tab because I had to check something, and then I came back, and then it was my guys, all of our guys were like off the map basically.
Weird.
And so like the map is like on my end like disoriented, where like the church area, the northern area is all like fog of war, and then like we're all like right now on the bottom right outside the map.
Strange.
And I reset and everything. Like I refreshed the page and everything in it.
Dang, I guess folks don't buy alchemy. Don't go into it. Although again, the options are pretty slim pickings out there for VTTs. Okay. Hopefully it's okay for you at some
Rusty,
point.
Loving the new flamer. Could let me know when you get any more ammo for it.
And it is looking correct on the stream for the time being, so if you guys need referential stuff, that is at least okay for now. So Raven had just said, good night to Rusty, loving your new flamer. Let me know if you get ammo. He says, Raven, what? Here. Rusty loves his Nuka Shining. And I got a little something for you here. I think you could probably make a little good of this. He slips you, Raven, a small satchel with... It's got some... Where are my explosives list? It's got something in here you're going to like. If you can find it. Explosives list. Da-da-da-da-da. What's he handing you? It is... I know it's in my mind. Yeah, he's going to give you 2 nuke grenades in there, Mac. If you need any stats on those, let me know. But just to give them out to the audience, that is 9 combat dice worth of explosive damage. And he sort of slides that over. He goes, just don't use these in town. If you hit the police station with one of these, it's probably not going to stand to last. But if you guys are going out there in the morning, well... I just think you might need a little something to spice it up. Oh, but do make sure to use that. I don't know if the concoction in it is gonna hold forever. You see, I was trying to dilute the parts and pieces, the ingredients, just to save a little and make a couple more. But that kind of means that they might expire, so don't hold on to them forever, or they might explode on you.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Rusty. More booms. I like Kaboom Mothman.
You're gonna need it. Sam, Jim, you guys need anything while you're here? I see you both in line.
Got any 308 rounds?
That I do, yes. And he goes over, rifles through some of these. I'll zoom in a bit for people at home so you can kind of see. This is the building our comrades actually made. They created this caravan trading post over the course of the last 5 games and there's a windmill up on top of it generating some extra power for the town. Note for people at home as well, if you want to be super nerds, we have adjusted, homebrewed, the rolls for the windmill because all the other stats in the Fallout 2D20 game match exactly to the Bethesda video games, except the windmill. It must be a typo. It gives not the correct number, so we've adjusted it for the better. Our people get more power. 308 ammo is 6 plus 3 combat dice. So you get, 6, you get 8 ammo out of that. Anything else? What else can I do for you, folks? Jim, you need anything?
No.
Nothing?
Pretty much all right.
Okay, well, he's a bad customer, but a good camel of sorts. Load him up with stuff and he'll be fine forever. Really should buy things off of me. You can see him sort.
How much I owe you, Rusty?
This one's on the house, Sam. Mainly because I don't want to die and lose the rest of my goods. I'm really hopeful you guys win this.
Oh, I appreciate it. I feel the same way.
Yeah, you could call it an investment in my business. Plus, Mothman cultists in the area. You know what they would do to me and my Brahmin if they caught us on the side of the road? Well, actually, you probably do. No.
Yeah, I can imagine it wouldn't be pretty.
That's right. Actually, if anyone here is interested in seeing if he has an extended inventory or otherwise, you could do your luck roll, Sam, which is a reminder you can roll 7 combat dice, and for every effect rolled, you get a level of rarity to his inventory. Level 1. So right now, that makes some logical sense too. He's been in town here for a little bit, so most of the good, exciting gear you've seen from him. But at this stage, yeah, he's pretty slim pickings. He's just got the basics. But if there's food or anything else that people need, this is a good time to stock up on any of that. Stim packs or otherwise, he does have stuff like that. You don't need to, though. You're welcome to go on your merry way. Plus, Terry's in town, too, in case anyone's trying to roll for something exciting. If there's anything you ever want to tell Rusty about as well that you're looking for, that's also an option that he might come back with in the future.
I appreciate it, Rusty. I'll let you know if I need anything else.
Okay, be safe. Come back alive. And all that.
Yes, sir. We'll try.
Sam, where are you off to now? I see you're skadooting around the map. Oh, down to the post office, huh? Going to check in with old Marcus.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay. So you go on in there. You go in, you open the back door of the building, and you hear the shuffling and workings of a ghoul as you see Marcus round the corner carrying a box, still got his post office attire on, his uniform tattered but intact, and moved a little off to the side because the box he's carrying is your sign across his chest saying, I think it says, I'm friendly, don't shoot me, or something like that. I'm Marcus, don't shoot me, something to that effect. If you remember, you can remind us. Otherwise, feel free to chat up old Marcus there.
I kind of say, hey, Marcus, I don't know in vain or not, if he'll really understand what I'm saying.
He acknowledges you, as in he looks at you inquisitively, and within about a second just kind of shambles off to continue doing what he's doing.
I pull out a box of pure bore Buckslayer shotgun shells, and I show him the logo, the pure bore logo on it, and I'm trying to gesture to see if he can find anything in this place that bears that same logo.
Ooh, you know what? This is a good one. Sam, I think this is a chance to take advantage of the trade-off system if you want to do it. To find extra ammo in here, it would be a luck point. Marcus could get you some if you're a lucky man. So that's the question for the table for right now, is if you would like to spend a luck point and have him search through there, he could potentially find that for you.
I have 5 left, which, depending on how the night goes, is either a lot or a little.
Oh.
I don't need them. I don't know. I don't want to say that.
This is your shotgun, you said?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. How many luck points do you have left?
I have 5 left.
That's a lot of luck points.
Yeah, I have 5 luck points, 18 shotgun shells. So I'll bite. I'll do it. I'll spend a luck point.
Sure. Okay. You see, he takes to that mission well. He sees what you're trying to get. You show him the box. He gives a little saying he acknowledges, and he goes over. He goes over to a section which just notably has a little bit more packing warnings and stuff on the outsides. There's some heavier crates there. Some of those older, like, nailed together wooden crate style. They still ship like that here and there, but feels more common in the retro days. And he opens up one of those boxes in there, and out he brings a pristine, still perfectly in its box wrapper for you. So let's see. These are just shotgun shells in the notes here. And that is 6 plus 3 combat dice worth that you find as he goes over and holds up the box to you. I have one of them around here somewhere, but... Oh, nice! That's a good one. So 6 plus 4, you get 10 more shells. He's very excited to have handed it off to you. But with that, quickly... Actually, you know what? With that, he just stands there idly, looking at you as to what's next.
I thank Marcus, and I go about my day. Kind of mention to Raven what just happened.
Yeah. So good old Marcus left there to sort the shelves in his own time. Good luck, Marcus. Keep going, man. So you're off to find Raven then. I guess she's out there kind of in the parking lot. Standing across the fence.
Is Mark okay?
No, he's doing great. I gave him a task, and he found, check it out, he found this whole box of shotgun shells. If you need anything from him, I think he'd be happy to help you.
I wonder hat he liked to eat.
I'm not sure. Hopefully we'll figure it out one day. You're the hunter. You know, you can bring all sorts of different meals.
That's true. That's true, Raven can. So, as this is all going down, more time passing, getting later into the evening, if you all want to head out at 9 in the morning, you'll want to probably get ready to go to bed soon enough. I mean, technically you have about until like midnight would be the latest to go to sleep if you want to get your full rested buff. So you do have some time for any other continued conversation or bullshitting, but ultimately, if anyone wants to, Raven's moved her character into the workshop. I don't know if she's looking to do anything in there. You haven't really explored that workshop in quite some time, but there are some workbenches set up. It looks to be a repurposed hardware store. You can see it's cluttered and busy looking. It's not abandoned any longer, though there are papers and bags of things. You can see there's some concrete mix in the corner there. It's definitely been served and utilized, especially probably in the creation of the warehouse that's up there. Raven's asking if she can make ammo, like arrows. Let's see. Because the crafting system and I are fairly new to each other. We've, in all this time, not used it. So let's take a look at the book here. You usually need to know some kind of skill related to it. So let's take a peek.
I just take a seat on one of these chests and start taking out all my rifles and my guns and start cleaning them, loading up the magazines, getting everything prepared for tomorrow.
Here we are at the crafting such. Sam's cleaning up guns. I'm seeing food. I'm seeing power armor. Where is ammo crafting? Uh-oh.
Mr. Sam, what you doing?
Just getting prepared, Raven. This is a little tradition we used to do back in the day before we went out on a mission the next day. I always like to make sure that our gear was in tip-top shape.
This might sound silly, but I don't know that there is a ton of... There's got to be ammo crafting in this game, but I don't see it in the crafting section of the book.
Sound like a good idea.
You can make grenades, you can make explosives, you can make chems, you can make syringer ammo. Raven, I don't know if there's a mechanic in the game for you crafting ammo. Weapon work. Sorry, go ahead.
On a quick Google thing, I honestly don't think that there is.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's not a thing. I think you have to either buy it or find it in this game. She says, that's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think if I have any other... I'll ask my little AI within that we've trained for the game just to see. I don't think, though, that it has this. I'm guessing it's going to say it has no reference material for this because I haven't uploaded it. But where are you getting this from? From AI knowledge? No, that's not good. It says, yes, you can. You need the appropriate components and materials or a workbench. I think it's talking out of its butt. I think it's hallucinating is what they call it. You know what, Raven, though? We will table that idea for the future and just see if you can craft any more. You were looking for ammo, though, for arrows?
I think this is like a custom table that a guy made.
Ooh, we could definitely use that.
I don't know if there's anything like arrows on there, though.
Yeah, see, most of them require a perk, usually. Like, she's going to take them off the dead. The thing is, I feel like arrows are so simple that I do feel like some kind of check could do that. That if you have the time, you could definitely do it. I'm letting her do it in the sense, again, that arrows are not bullets, but who knows? We can reevaluate this later. If you are looking to make some, it will take you the next, 2 hours. This will be the rest of your task until you go to bed. But we're going to have you roll a difficulty 1. That's the complexity under the table, just in case you're curious, Sky, the one you sent. So we're using complexity 1, difficulty 1, Mac. You're going to roll, in this case, survival and... what do I want you to roll? Survival and maybe repair? That sounds a little silly, but... Oh, those are two the same thing. That's my brain's overlapping itself. Here's the list I wanted. Survival and intelligence. See how smart you are at making arrows that can fly, or do you try and shoot logs out of there? Survival and intelligence, difficulty 1, Raven. No successes. I don't think Raven would fail badly on a test like that. So what I'll do is you can have some arrows, but we're going to have the amount you get. How about this, Raven? We're going to do reverse. So usually you get 6 arrows plus 4 combat dice. Roll those 4 combat dice. Whatever you get is how many you lose. So we're hoping you get a bunch of goose eggs on this. Go ahead and roll up 4 combat dice. This is the opposite of how it usually is. Low numbers. Oh! You were able to successfully craft 2 arrows out of that allotment. The other ones... they don't work. They do not work. You get them ready, you load them in, and when you go out and try and test one of your early prototypes, it is a dud.
It looks like that material is just too brittle.
Raven says it sounds like Project Zomboid game. Well, this is a little bit of a surprise, but Sam, Sky, thank you for sending through that guide over there. And again, in the future, we'll check to see if there's any crafting for it. There might be more community stuff like that. I might need to just download that entire list. It hit me with some paywall thing, though, so thank goodness for that. Where would we be without paywalls? This world couldn't function. We are 5 minutes out from our break, so I will do just a last call. I think what we should do is go on our break and pick up immediately in the morning. I'll set up some NPCs in the 10-minute break time, and we can come back. If you guys are going to go on your adventure and do your battle, then such is life. We will do it. We will see who all is going to show up for such a thing in the town. Any last things people want to do? Any last conversations people want to do?
I'm good. Jim?
I'm fine.
Okie doke. And Raven just did her crafting, so I'm guessing she's good. She's busy into the night. So with that, let's go ahead. We'll roll it. We're going to do our BRB screen. Everyone can take 10 minutes, and we will be back probably around 9:05. Back into it. Hi, folks. So a warning. I don't know. The alchemy map, as soon as we returned, is already being a pain in the butt. It just returned perfectly as I say that. I just restarted on my side and it resunk. So there we go. We got it just in time. For the players that are here, I hope we got everyone back. It is time to depart. The night goes through. Morning comes about. Raven spent her night, well, at least part of it, trying to get some arrows together. Those sadly didn't turn out as she had hoped for. Sam went and checked in on Marcus earlier. Maybe Jim was resting up and getting his energy back. But now it is time. I'd say you probably all wake up. You get your full 8 hours of rest, meaning you get 2 maximum to your bonus points. But we could say it's somewhere around 7 to 8 in the morning, giving you about an hour to 2 to get ready in case you're getting any meals or getting on the way. Otherwise, we can just take right off if everyone's ready for it. I'll leave that up to all of you to decide. I'm sure your characters get a good, healthy breakfast in no matter what.
Overnight, could I have done a right-away drip, a diluted right-away drip?
Yes, indeed.
All right, sweet.
What's your max HP and your rads and stuff looking like?
I just had 1 rad. I just wanted to be full up for this.
Gotcha. So a rad away for that, huh? Or is it a
diluted rad away? So I mean, it's only like 1 or 2 anyway.
Yep. I think it does 2 points. You're right. Okay, so Sam's curing himself of some previous rads and radiation he got. What else do we have? Anyone else taking care of anything special? Any? I guess just a call out if you got any magazines you wanted to read or any weird stuff like that. You guys are welcome to do it.
Let me Google what this magazine that I have does real quick.
Sure. Which one are you looking for?
It's the Grinath the Barbarian Mala of Mars.
Let's see if these are loaded in here. I don't think so. Which book is Grognak in? I think it's the original. Grognak the Barbarian. Warden of Mars. When you make a melee attack with a 2-handed melee weapon, you gain the piercing 1 damage effect, or +1 to any existing piercing effect. So very much a melee for 2-handed weapons.
Raven, I found this book. I don't know if it'll be of use to you, but you're more than welcome to have it.
Mr. Sam, oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
With that, I'm going to guess that you all make your way towards the center of town after you've met up, you've had your snacks, you've gotten your energy, and as you make your way over, you see a small caravan of people has started to form up. You see Hell's Bells, there is the APC there. You've got some people helping to load supplies aboard. There was the talk of doing a couple police protectrons along the way. I don't know if people still want to do that or if you'd rather leave them here in town for defense. Lena's down there as well. She's kind of helping with the organizational effort. I'm sure Tom's there too, seeing everyone off. A couple soldiers, couple town guards are lined up there as well, ready to go on the adventure. Tossing it to all of you to decide your next steps here. If you're leaving, just let me know. If you're waiting, that's fine too.
I'll throw this out to the gang, but I wonder if we should leave the Protectrons or not. I would probably say we should, just in case anything happens while we're gone.
I agree with that.
They don't want me attacking the town while they're gone, huh?
No. Especially since we're kind of like taking a lot of the people who can shoot a gun.
If you want to ask any of them to stay behind, that's completely okay too. As I'm looking at it, Tom will stay. He can stay back here with the Protectrons. Alfred is very excited to go with you all, although I don't think anyone's really had a chance to like talk to him about it so much as he's just organizing stuff over there. Lena is definitely doing a once-over of the APC, making sure it's battle ready, and Hell's Bells, she's, doing sort of what you were doing last night, Sam. She's going to doing a once-over of all her kit that she's got with her to make the tenderizing.
I think that we're good with the squad. I think we'll take the squad because maybe, some of the villagers and Tom, he can rally everyone.
Yeah.
You know, Rusty's here too. Rusty's not gonna let anything happen to his stuff. He'll die trying.
If there's any real like hope to that all, you're probably right. Rusty is not letting his wares go into the hands of adversaries, especially not Mothman cultists. Okay. Well, I think we've had a lot of time for people to make any kind of connections they needed to before this point. So as you all walk up, Tom sees you coming. He says, "Hey, we got a good turnout here this morning. We didn't want to let too many people pile aboard. We got to keep some people back here to defend the town. If all the Protectrons go, if all the guards go, we'll be easy pickings if something bad would happen. You don't forget those Mirelurks are still out there as well. We haven't had any run-ins lately, but you never know. Hell's Bells, though, she's going, and she's a hell of a good shot. Lena, you know her. She's a handy mechanic and also a stone cold killer when it comes to the laser musket. And your good old pal Alfred said he couldn't let you go without his flamer and cryolator. So hopefully, between the 6 of you, the APC, and this attachment of guards, you'll be able to make easy work of them. Take the beachhead and get the boat for hope."
We appreciate you putting this all together, Tom. Hopefully, we'll come back and we can share a drink.
Well, the good news on that, I'll take you up on the drink. But the other good news is that you will be able to be in radio contact from us. If anything weird happens here in town, we can get in touch with you, send out an SOS or Mayday. But I know you won't be able to talk back to us, so you'll have to be a little mindful of that.
Well, we'll try to get back to it as soon as we can. If something goes down, you know that we'll be here.
Oh, good luck to y'all. We'll see you on the other side. And with that, the lot of you load up in there. The guards are just something I'm going to operate as a little bit of a background mechanic as we're going through here. I'll roll some dice just for some guards and some potentially some opposition there. But we're going to say he sends at least 3 of the city guard with you, the town guard. That bolsters your numbers to, what did we just say, 6. So you got 9 people. I think that thing can hold, plus it can hold more than 9 from my recollection. It's got a lot of seats in this one. We got the extended cab APC version. So you all pile in, maybe a little bit cramped, a lot more than maybe you felt recently. But Raven taking up, I'm guessing, the gunning spot at the top. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Who is going to be our pilot here? Any of you piloting? Or are you going to try and hand that over to Lena or someone like that?
I am not going to pilot. I can't.
Sam's not piloting?
I know tech, but I don't know the first thing about maneuvering one of these things.
Okay. You can take Lena with you on that. It might be a good skill for people to consider investing in for the future in case you go anywhere without Lena. It'd be, she's happy to pilot, but if something happens to her otherwise, you guys are all on your own for that. Thank you very much for the follow we got over on Twitch. Thank you. This is a good reminder, everyone, that we do these TTRPG nights on Sundays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/Overseer Kyle. They get syndicated up to our YouTube channel, and then we put out some other content throughout the week on TikTok and Instagram. But back to it. We're about to go into the battle. So Lena takes up the helm. You all begin your path southward. It is, we said about 9. We'll say you get on the road at about 9:30 abouts in the morning. Takes you a couple hours to get there. You're going south. I would throw up the other map. Maybe I will. We'll see if it gives us fits. It might not be worth it for the audience. We'll see if the gods of the VTT play kindly with us. So far, no. There we go. Okay, we got it back, though. So our players are up in this region. They're going down to the boat icon. So they're all up around the City of Hope there. But they're going to go down the road about, like I said, three-ish hours it takes. So let's zoom in, and we'll go ahead and see if we can move like a Raven icon. Yeah, so they would go from the town of Hope the whole way up here, whoop, down the street. And you get into some odd roads here. This is a bit smaller. You're off the beaten path. You've been here before, though. Let's see if we can pull up this scene next. VTT, be kind to me. Huzzah, it works. Okay. So for our folks at home, there you go. You can see our players have just rolled in. That's the Ohio River up this way. So if you're looking at this map, to the right of the screen is north, to the left is south, and to the straight ahead top of the map is going westward. That's on the other side of the Ohio River over there. So with your pulling in, I will toss it to all of you to think strategy, because now you're coming up upon the moment. You're here, you are pulling into position. You know you're in range. You'd probably give Lena a signal of some sort to tell her, hey, it's going to be around the corner.
We're approaching our target, so you might want to pull on to the right here real quick.
Okay, we'll take a little, let me shimmy us off. And with that, I'm not going to move all the icons, but with that, you guys go ahead and you pull off. I'm guessing you're talking about near the trees here on one of these sides. Want to ping it for me, Sam? Yeah, okay, great. We'll just move the APC there for the ease of it. Okay, so you slide the APC over. Are you disembarking?
Let's talk strategy real quick. Unless anyone has any ideas, I'm thinking, we'll split off into a couple different groups. One group will remain here with the APC as, a heavy artillery. Perhaps we start with a barrage from that to get them confused. We can have another group go down to the far end and approach from behind, and have another group approach from the front after the shelling ceases. What's everyone think?
If you want, I could try. It wouldn't be too hard. I could try to wire the APC to increase the firing rate a little bit.
If that's possible, by all means.
Oh, interesting. Is this something? What are you pulling from, Jim? Anything in particular?
I was thinking the wiring of some sort.
To increase firing rate. I don't know that that's a thing you could do. You could go ahead and give it a try, though. Considering this thing's been very worked over, I just want to make that very clear, because you asked a similar question last week, and I don't want to sound like I'm stonewalling you, but I do want to let you know, you guys have done about all the upgrades you could possibly do with the equipment you have. I want to highlight, underline that segment, that you can do more, but you'll need to go out and find extra kit for it. Right now, you're just working with the same scraps you got. So with a difficulty 3 repair and intelligence test, you can see what Jim might be able to find out of there. 1 success. Not much. These are the same wires, the same circuits you've been over. You've looked it over. Lena's looked it over. I'd say about every inch and meter of maximization that you can do in this thing has probably been done. And with it, maybe it leaves you kind of the idea that, in the future, if you go specifically hunting for parts, you might be able to find something like that. Good thing, though. Oh, actually, and I'm sorry, with this even comes a complication. You've got a 19 on that. So this is a probably a one you want to maybe try and fix up. So if you want to spend a luck point or use your lab coat to re-roll that, but otherwise you've got a complication which could actually weaken the gun potentially in this circumstance.
I'm going to re-roll.
Waiting on you.
Okay. Go.
Ooh, I think you're still in complication range on this. Let's double check the notes. It was a difficulty 3 test. So the when you deal with higher level tests, the range increases. I need my GM screen up. I've moved away. Complication range. So difficulty, that is still a complication, and it's out of rerolls. In a case like this, Ooh, so Jim's in there last moment. You guys roll up to the scene, and he's doing last minute tinkering. I think, Jim, while you're in there working on some of those wires, you get a little bit of a spliced sort of crossed wire situation. You got a little bit of a, as a little fire, just a spark catches and goes out of there. I think actually Jim would be worried. This is something he's trying to like put out really quickly. Lena's in there saying, Jim, what the hell you doing, man? We're right about to go into combat. You're setting the gun on fire. Raven, I think you'd notice as Jim's doing that, your turret spins you in a full 360 position as it's just going woo, woo, woo around for a minute. Wow,
this fun.
I think Jim would be able to probably hear Raven go,
faster.
Woo, woo. She's going. I don't know, Jim. Are you able to stop it? What can you do? Are you gonna stop Raven, or are you just gonna keep her going?
It's. Look, things are already bad as it is. Let's keep it going.
Oh wow, really? Okay, so Raven's spinning. I think this is a problem potentially.
Oui.
I don't know, Raven, if you can get a good target lock while you're spinning in circles. So, okie dokie. If that's what you guys are doing, Raven's spinning.
Is it possible for me to assist with that roll, or is it not because we rolled it?
With the one Jim already did?
Yes.
You wouldn't. The problem is his complication. He has a complication. You could potentially give him one more success, maybe two. I
don't want it to succeed. I want to stop this from happening.
That you can't do. That is a complication of his. You could only add an extra success to his roll. Although I don't suggest you guys continue this. It's just my opinion. You can do whatever you want. This is a sandbox. But I would warn that if Raven is spinning 360, she's probably not going to get a target lock on any. But she might. Maybe she could fire every second or so when she spins around.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to get it to stop.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll a difficulty 1 repair and intelligence and see what you can make of this mess that's gone fire to the rest. Good. With 1 success, with the help of Sam, with the help of Lena, buttons are pushed, fire extinguisher is deployed. Slowly, Raven, your turret comes to a stop. And the only penalty from this whole disaster is, Raven, as a sort of compensation for the fire rate we were talking about, you lose 1 combat die on the firing of this thing. So it is set back 1 damage as a result. It moves a bit slower. She's a bit more sluggish to turn.
Well, with that out of the way, does the plan still sound good?
I think so.
I feel dizzy, but that was fun again.
Before we go, I want to drink a Nuka-Cola Quantum to regain AP, if that would be okay.
Oh, yeah. There you go. You get your Nuka-Cola Quantum out. That's groovy.
And I also want to give a word to everyone here. Before we do this, now is probably a good time to pray to whatever you believe in, whether it be the Mothman or the Holy Spirit, what have you. And I am going to take this as an opportunity to just send out a message to the mysterious stranger in my mind, and maybe hopefully he'll come and help us if we need.
Mysterious stranger. Hopefully that guy shows up. What a cool dude. Raven's typing away.
Holy wise Mothman, guide us.
That's right, Raven. Let the Mothman's embrace you. With that,
Raven,
yeah.
I don't particularly believe in the spiritual afterlife or any sort of mysterious spiritual beings, but do you think that Mothman fella's listening to us?
Let's just hope that we're the wise ones.
Yeah,
and not
he
them.
is. He sent me here.
Well, let's hope he's watching us at this moment in time, because otherwise all hope will be lost.
Agreed.
Yeah, Lena says, yeah, all hope will be lost. I just hope that doesn't mean the town. But
Me too.
let's go ahead and shimmy to our positions, everybody. Everyone get situated. Who's going where? What are these Yeah, and for all of you, I'd suggest move. You can move your icons right now. Everyone can go and move to where they want to be. And if you want to narrate a little bit further, that's fine too. But I know it's kind of a big map, so if people want to scooch. Where do we want the APC to be ultimately? So this is kind of like a paused moment. Because the APC going to drive over somewhere here?
What is its range?
He asks the important questions. Which book is this in? Settlers? Wanderers? Oh shit, which book added cars? No, I don't know. Let's see. Big guns. It must be the other book. Yeah, it's got to be Wanderers then. Vehicles. Okay, here we go. The APC has a cannon which is long range. And then it has 2 miniguns on the front that are medium range. And those are the ones that need to be aimed directly at the target.
If we could have it like in this this grotto here, I'm trying to. Okay. You're kind of north of it, but this little grotto to the south of where the APC is. Exactly. There we go. Their ping goes by right where you put it there. And if it could just like fire its long range thing from there, just maybe it could have a little bit of cover.
Yeah.
And if it goes down, if it starts to go down, and they see us and we need help, they can come in with the big guns, with the miniguns.
Yeah, we'll say that's going to be long range, especially for anything that comes out here to these parts, the ramparts. And that's perfect. That'll work for me.
I say that, in my opinion, me, Jim, and Raven take the back way. Maybe we can do a sneak and we can go through the back, and then Hell's Bells and Mr. Handy, unless Raven is staying inside to shoot.
She's probably doing that.
Yeah. Well,
that's my guess.
Then it could be me and Jim. And Lena's going to stay and drive?
She'll have to.
So, me and Jim from the back, and Hell's Bills and Mr. Handy in the front.
Where's front? You want them somewhere in this area?
Yeah. And then, because I can't see what's behind here, so I was going to, scope it out with Jim, in this fog of war area back here.
Oh, you want to go you want to see what's further down here?
Yeah, that's what Jim and I will do. Basically my idea is for him and I.
Sorry, is that what you mean?
My idea is for him and I to come through maybe this way and come around back,
Oh, I see. And
then they come through here, and then the APC shoot.
Yeah, as long as you guys hug that tree line and stay back there as you go up, you're right. You can get at least this kind of visual going on here. See, do some fine-tune work here and see how close. So I want to give you the walls of it, but not too much of the interior. Actually, I will flesh this one area out that you can see. It would be easier as Sam. So for those at home, Sam's sneaking up through the bottom tree line to the south. Well, that's to the east, but it's to the lower part of the map. And they're sneaking through. So he's going up this way, getting closer to the Raiders establishment. What I was going to say is you do see the boat. You can kind of make that out. It is, by the way, I think we said this before, probably, hopefully, but it is lightly beached. You can get the idea that it is almost completely afloat of its own weight and such like that. Like it's fine under its own power, but it is kind of tucked into the rocks a bit. Like it does need a good push out of there. But from what you can see at a distance, there's no like terrible hull damage to it, especially compared to other boats, which are in much worse shape. Others that have capsized or been completely moved onto land or otherwise. It's likely, again, that this boat was functional not long ago, but has maybe found some more recent troubles. Like this one might actually been moving for other people. But you gather, I mean, there's, again, some more raider stuff here as well. They've got a bit of an encampment. I'm keeping it a little bit. I'm just keeping it a little fog of war just because you probably don't have great line of sight on it yet. You do pick out, though, I'm gonna bring some people out of the fog. You do pick out, Sam, that there are at least 2 raiders on the boat, people who are kind of moving stuff around on there, mulling around. I'm also going to throw out there that you do see there are, if I said raiders, I do apologize. Anytime I say raiders tonight, I'm just saying it because these are raider NPC blocks. They're all Mothman cultists. So I do apologize for that. It's just while I'm doing a little technical stuff. They're listed as raiders, but they are technically Mothman cultists. A couple of these guys you would see, you people are going up through the area there. You got eyes from Hell's Bells and Alfred. And Jim, are you going the whole way over with Sam? You're following him up that path? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, then yep, great. That's exactly it. I was going to scooch you up closer to them. Okay. So, again, as you get here, it's sort of a midday vibe. There is sort of what I'm calling the skeleton crew active. You see the people who are out there, doing some just light, keeping an eye on the area. They also had 2 of their comrades go missing recently. So these guys are maybe expecting something just happening in the world. So do you guys want to do any sort of surprise attack, sneak attack? Like what's your plan for that?
When I shoot off the flare gun, the commencement of the bombardment will happen. Jim and I will sneak to this green car, and he can start taking shots. I'll start taking pot shots with my long rifle, and after the bombardment ceases, we'll give him a little bit of opportunity, and we'll get Hell's Bells and Alfred in there.
Hell yeah. So just a quick overview. We do this about every time, but shout out to Ziggy who made the sneak rules consolidation sheet that's up on the Fallout subreddit. So sneaking requires an agility plus sneak test. Once in combat, you can attempt a test in a different way. Initiating combat. The character who initiated the combat takes a single turn before the first round. If multiple characters are sneaking, they attack at the same time. So basically, you could all get effectively a sneak attack if you're lucky. If the enemy is unaware of you before you attack, the difficulty to attack them is reduced by 1 down to a minimum of 0. Your attacks will gain the vicious damage effect, and if it did not have it already, or the damage is increased by combat dice if it does. So I said that a little junky, but yeah, you got it. So if you're all going to do that, why don't you go ahead and roll us some sneak tests? I'm going to have all 3 of the players roll No. Sky and Jim, one of you can lead, one of you can assist in that test. So as long as there's a success from the one, it will let you guys compile. Okay, 1, and then Jim, why don't you add on to that and see what you get?
Okay.
And then Raven, you're over there. Why don't you roll just like Sam did? You're gonna roll yours independently of theirs. So sneak test on your part, agility.
Am I just rolling a singular, or am I rolling the same exact?
You can roll the same exact, but we're only gonna take the one on the left for you.
Okay.
Good question.
Let's see.
Good question. Unfortunately, the freaking one on the right. So Jim adds nothing to that. So Sam, you got a 1. Raven's got a 2. I'm gonna leave our NPCs out of this just because there's a couple of them here. So I'm gonna just test the one guy, see what his ability to detect stuff is right now. He's gonna do perception and survival, I think. And yeah, here we go. Roll it. Ooh. Okay, just noting that for myself. Okay, folks. As you're all getting into position, as the APC is being quietly rolled down the street, that is the first thing in this plan, maybe the second thing, that goes a little wrong. You notice, Sam and Jim, where you are, that the raiders in this part, their attention is drawn. The raider that was probably in the shitter, his attention is gotten. And he runs up to the ramparts next to this one. And you're far enough away that whatever's being said, you can't make it out. But you can see that there is this buzz of activity. With that, you also see 2 more raiders run out. Oh, sorry, Mothman cultists run out of their central complex. These 2 begin to path down this way, which this is where I'm going to toss it to all of you to make some decisions. 2 of them are going down the street, headed towards where the APC you expect it to be rolling up. But you also know this is going to take them close to Hell's Bells and Mr. Handy. So, unfortunately, sneak tests, they did a lot better than you guys on the sneak tests. They are loosely aware of what's going to happen. Generally, they know there's hubbub down the street. What do you still want to do before you go forward? Sam, do you want to fire off your flare? Do you want to, try and draw attention to yourselves? Any of it's fine, but you are queued up to enter into combat sequence after this.
Jim, should we just go ahead with it? Should we just start? I mean, we're expecting them to see. It's not like the APC is going to be hidden for long, so do we just hope that Raven hits a lock on that group over there?
I mean, to be fair, like, they're distracted and we're in a prime position. I say we just go for it.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Okay. Well, then let's go into it. The 2 raiders begin walking down the street this way. I believe we are now into turn order. I feel like it puts everybody in a weird spot in order, but you know what? Because it randomized us, we're just going to run with the randomization. I am going to chuck Sam. You're going to go up there next to Jim just for the hell of it. We could do this the real way, but hey, life is spontaneous. So Jim, you and Sam are still getting the very first in this go around. You guys can go ahead and decide if you want to get closer or take any shots, but now in turn order, you can see those guys again going down the street. They're making their way.
I'm ready to move out. I'm presuming we shot the flare off and told everyone to go ahead and go.
You go for it. Set it off,
so,
man.
I shoot the flare in the air, signaling to Raven and the rest of the gang that it's game time, and I get into my position behind this little car here.
Okay.
And ready my long rifle.
That will be your movement for this turn. Your minor action. You can do major action, both of you. Jim, Sam, you got a major action available.
I aim my hunting shotgun at Raider Scaver 2, and I let it rip.
Go for it. Are you legitimately aiming, or...
My minor action does not exist.
Right.
Because I use it, so... but I will use Trigger Discipline to reroll that.
Go for it. Trigger Discipline. We're rerolling the 20. And it comes back a 7, so that should be under your number. That is a success. Who did you hit? The Mothman cultist?
2. Yeah, sorry,
yeah,
Mothman
okay.
cultist 2.
Again, sorry to anyone at home if we say Raider. It's just the way it is. If we're gonna keep this up, I'll maybe make some unique targets. I don't know. Okay. So that's going to be a hit. You do 2, 4, 6, 7 points of damage, and you got piercing on that, right? So 7 points of damage. Great. He's going to take that. Does he have any armor to negate this stuff? Let's just check him quickly. What you got, buddy? He has... Ooh. What is the location on that? Can you roll a location shot for that dice? For that?
It was torso.
Oh, torso shot? Okay.
Yes.
He's got... This cultist takes a serious whooping. Of that 7, he only takes 4 of that to the chest. You see him... And just this hit as he almost cripples over. Sort of hitting the deck and looking for a spot. You hear combat break out. Go ahead, sorry, say that again.
I will pass on my turn.
Okay, Jim, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot my hunting rifle.
Go for it. You shooting him? Same guy?
I guess I'll just... Same guy, yeah.
Okay, go for it. One success on that. Yep, that's it. 1 success. Great, that works. Go ahead and roll up your damage for us. And if you're aiming for a specific... Well, I guess you would have said that beforehand. So if you're going to roll a location die on that, too.
Oh.
Okay, 2 points of damage. And where's that hitting him, Jim? What location die on that when you get the second? Right arm. What's the guy got for his arm? Armor. I think it's beefy, too. I think this guy over here is a toughie in that way. What do you got, man? For his arm... Yeah, no damage. Nothing. Oh, also, you know what, though, Sam? You did a little bit more, actually. 2 of your hits would have gone through. So I'm sorry, I'm readjusting that guy's points. We looked over your piercing effect on his armor, just in the speed of it. So he does take 2 more of those points back off. There we go. Readjusted.
Just since you brought that up, tidbit, I need to edit it. It doesn't matter right now, but the hunting rifle initially inherently has a piercing. I didn't realize that, so it's actually piercing too. I don't care about it right now, but just from now on, I'm going to edit it.
So he can take 1 more point of damage. That's fine. That's great. Yeah, please do. That'd be very helpful, actually, just so we know. But yep, he's got it. No worries. You're full up. And unless either of you are spending any action points, that brings your turn to a close. Our 2 raiders, those listed as raider psychos over here on the map, they are Mothman cultists. These ones in kind of interesting robe. There is weapons fire happening above them as, you hear these gunshots ring out. Hell's Bells and Mr. Handy probably making themselves, known. But these 2 cultists in particular seem eerily unfazed by what's going on, and instead they're just going to use their turn to move closer. That is all they're going to do. We're going to flop Raven right up here. Raven, it's going to be you and Lena that get your turn next after them. They did no attacks, no nothing. They are just coming up to your vehicle. It's like they saw you coming. Raven, what would you like to do with your turn? Lena is in the driver's seat, so all she's going to do is just follow through with what you guys tell her. That's her plan.
I load shell and send the round and aim at number 2.
Aim at number 2. Okay. That is a heavy weapons test. Let's see. We haven't done one of these yet, ever. Go to Kyle's GM screen. Heavy guns, like this one. Big guns are endurance. So big gun plus endurance on this one, Raven. That is your test. One success. That's all you're going to need on this guy. So you go ahead And what do we need for that? I'm going to give you the number here in a second, Raven, and you can keep this one handy for yourself. That gun, it does 11. Oh, they're in close range to you now. I'm sorry. One is not going to do it, Raven. Large, they're in almost short range to you. That is a higher difficulty of that test. That shot goes wide, way over them. You shot at them at number 2? Wait, sorry, re-specify that target for me. Which person you shoot? I want to make sure I'm not cheating you on your target. You shooting at the people who are right next to you or someone further back? You can ping them in just a second for me. Actually be real handy. Go ahead and ping them for me, Raven. So if there's people right in front of you. If so, they're in close range and your weapon will do really, I think you need a 3 to hit them. 3 successes. Because of their, your gun's meant for far. They're very, very close. Just like in GTA when your vehicle's out of the, they're, you know, right next to your car or whatever. You can't move the turret to hit them. That's exactly what's going on right now. I will let you, with that notice, you can fire at the other people, the ones that are up here. If you want to shoot at them still and almost ignore those ones in front of you, I'll toss that to you. You could shoot the guys up here on this rampart. Right click for me. Or middle click, maybe you hold down. Yeah, you're shooting those people? Okay, that's perfectly fine. Yep, they're in long range. That connects, Raven. Boo, you shoot that out, and you are going to go ahead and roll 10 combat dice, and let's see what sort of damage you deal. It is down 1 point due to the complication, but this has piercing 2 and breaking. What the hell's breaking again? Let's see, breaking. For each effect rolled, you reduce the number, of cover that they have. Wow, that's a great roll. If the target is not in cover, instead reduce the damage resistance on the location struck by 1. Wow. Okay, that's a wonderful shot, Raven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 on this guy. Let's see. He's only got 8 health. You may have one-shot this dude. Let's see about his armor. What's his armor? Oh, the guy's got next to nothing for armor. So, Raven, he sticks his head up. He's about to let rip again. Just about to fire off, probably towards Hell's Bells and Mr. Handy over here, as they've kind of seen them in the bushes. About to get a shot in on them. And instead, you just see the guy blows away like paste, as if it just sprays towards the base, completely blown off of there. And there's smoldering fire left in its place as this other raider falls down. Actually, does he take any damage from this too? Let's be honest by the book here, folks. Does that guy take damage too? This is hitting with breaking and piercing, so no, it's a penetrating shell, not an explosive one in that way. So he just watches as his friend gets blown right off. Okay, Lena is she's gonna go ahead and use the weapons and fire at the 2 dudes that are walking towards the APC. So as I zoom in, the two cultists who are moving up towards the vehicle, almost completely unfazed to all the weapons fire around them, just completely like kind of hoods down, cloaks down, no visible weapons in their hands, walking straight up to the vehicle. Lena is going to do a test to use the 2 miniguns. She needs... Well, they're miniguns, so... Oh, they large weapons, too. Heavy weapons? Miniguns. They would be. Okay, Lena, what do you got for that? Cross your fingers for good rolls for Lena, everybody. So this are miniguns. I don't think they're going to be small. I think they're going to be these big guns. Roll away, Lena. Oh! Oh, Lena got a success and a complication on that. So for her success, she's going to get to lay into this guy. But I think this spooks Lena is what it is. I think I'm going to roll up her damage on this. She does 3. So it's 2 miniguns. She's going to aim at one guy. She rolls 6 combat dice. It's got a fire rate of 5, so more could be added to it. It's got burst and spread. That might hurt these other dudes. In just a moment, we're going to roll back towards Sam and Jim. Just so you guys know, as much as it looks like we have a ton in the queue there, I'm going to roll back to you guys surprisingly soon, just so you both are aware and have this moment now to make some thoughts for yourselves. I'm rolling her damage. She does pretty good. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 points of damage. And up against these guys, 8 points of damage. We need to know spread. Spread for each effect rolled, you attack inflicts 1 additional hit on the target. For each additional hit, inflicts half the damage rolled down, and hits a random location. So she gets to roll 1 more combat die with that. And just to keep it simple, I'm taking it. I think it said roll it down, but she's going to do... So 9 points of damage, and there's 1 more effect on this. Sorry, gang, these are a lot of things to... effects to micro on this one vehicle. And the burst damage, the attack may hit 1 additional target within close range if the primary target for each effect rolled. So great. Each additional target costs 1 additional shot from the weapon. So she's going to inflict this damage twice over to those guys. She is doing, what we say, 8 points, 9 points, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. She's going to do 9 points of damage to each of them. And their health... What do they got for defenses? These guys, 2 if it's on. Nope, just 1. So they take 8 each. These guys just got pummeled with attacks. 8 damage each as they're coming up and getting absolutely obliterated by Lena's gun on the front. And again, what is chillingly weird about it is they do not seem to care, as whoever's in range to see it can just see these guys being ripped to shreds by bullet fire as their robes become tattered, as you can see maybe visibly them bleeding out. Let me see if there's any other raiders I wanted to get to first. This guy's gone, so I'm gonna hide him. I think we're coming back to you, Jim and Sam. I'm going to move a couple people. The raiders that are on the boat, for the people at home, the raiders who are on the boat, this one goes, and he's going to be on the interior of this, so hard to see him, Jim and Sam, just so you know. And then this other raider, he takes cover here, so he's going to get an extra point of damage resistance on his roll to locations there. He's behind a metal piece of cover. But that's all they're going to do. Got 1 more raider there, or Mothman cultist, and I will go ahead and move this guy. This guy, actually, I'm going to erase some space here. I'm going to bring this guy into view. Show. So this guy is actually up on this. You see him pop out there to Jim and Sam. And that'll be your turn. You can go ahead.
I will continue if I still have a shot on Mothman cultist number 2.
Heck yeah.
I will aim my hunting rifle at him again and try to take him down this time.
Go for it. Sam's shooting this guy up here. If I can ping, there we go. You got your success. Very good. He's got his bit of extra cover that's going to help him. And where are you? You're aiming at a specific spot or no, Sam?
I mean, I don't know. I usually just roll it with the
Sure.
die. I can try to aim for the knees because I have a kneecapper.
Well, and any of that is perfectly fine. I guess I'm starting to ask out of repetition's sake. But if you're just letting it roll, random is fine.
I'll try my best to set the hands on there. Oh, would you look at that?
I don't see a location die rolling, right?
Yeah, it's popping up for me. It says left leg.
I don't have that on my side. I see, just so I'm not crazy, I see your main ability roll. I see the music. I see the legendary effect, the piercing, and okay, it's hidden in that. I'm sorry, I was looking for its own box. Sorry. 5 damage to the left leg. Okay. I'm just double checking.
I was trying to find what kneecapper did. I'm not entirely sure.
I think it just... it lowers the critical for a leg injury from a 5 down to a 3 from memory. So that will count as a leg critical. His leg is busted. He gets to roll, though. Cover provides extra damage resistance. It's a number of combat dice, depending on what they're made from, how resilient. So this is actually, again, damage resistant. Well, his leg isn't busted yet, I should say. So he needs to roll 3 combat dice. And add that result to your damage resistance for that attack. Okay. Okay, so he rolls 3 combat dice. Whoop. They didn't roll. What? Oh no, do I have to refresh my alchemy already? They're not rolling. Come on, buddy, you got this. Just 3 dice. I'm going to do it manually if I have to. There, they loaded. Okay, I'm taking the very first one because it rolled 3 times. So he gets 1 extra point of damage resistance, and that's not very good for him where he is. He gets 2 on his legs, so 3. So he's negating 3 of the damage you do. You take away, you got piercing 2, so 1 comes back. So, math. 2, 4... I think he takes 4 points of damage to his leg, which still triggers your effect of your weapon. So he's taking 4 points of damage. His leg is wounded. He is now like prone on that, and that's his mistake from poorly using that cover and letting his leg hang out there like a silly cultist on a boat. Good shot, Sam. Anything else you're doing?
I will pass it on to Jim.
Okay.
Get him, Jim.
He's looking bad, by the way, Mothman cultist, too, on the boat. Jim, okay. What's your strat here?
Let's see. All right. I'm going to aim and shoot my hunting rifle at cultist number 1.
Is that this one right here on the thingy?
Yep, that's it.
Got it. Okay, go for it, Jim. Oh, no! With that, just a minor complication. It is going to take your minor action this time to unjam your gun as you're going to fire. And nothing. No hits on that guy. Okay, we're going to speed round, go back to our other folks in this area. We've got the 2 Mothman cultists who are approaching the vehicle. Past all the gunfire, they both come up to the APC, directly to where the guns are, right to where the hot firing minigun, chambers are, and they each reach out and grab one with their hands as it is still scorching hot. Raven, you might be able to smell the burning flesh on these guys' hands. They are going to roll together as a group on this test. Holy shit, did they kill it? They rolled 2 1s, a 2, and a 12 as their collective roll. With that, in the most horrifying and oddly reminiscent from yesterday, Raven, we're going to get to you in a second. You take a almost psychic blast of energy as the cultists with their burning hands on the vehicle, vines burst out of the ground, pushing the APC almost onto its side as they begin, these vines, these roots, to entangle up over the side of it in an attempt to crush the APC. The roots, the vines are almost acting like hands trying to crush a pop can as they inflict not nearly as much damage as I'm hoping for. They inflict 2, 4, 6 points of damage to the APC. The APC, this guy will have the APC notes up still. How much health does this thing have? The APC has 50 points of health, so I'm going to make a note of that. It has 50 points of health, and they just took away 6 of it. So they are, again, trying to crush this. 50 minus 6 equals 40. 4 points of health. Okay. And it doesn't have any sort of damage resistances or anything like that, right? Please tell me it doesn't. It probably does. It does, but for the sake of this...
wise one, save us.
We're not going to do it because it's root damage. It's going to take what it takes. Okay. So they begin crushing it. Oh, wise one, save us, Raven prays out. The 2 cultists, in their very last bit of this, Raven, they back up slightly and both begin to move around to the sides of it, getting out of future range. You're tilted, not completely over. Your tires are at a slant because the way the vines have kind of grabbed you and just tipped you. It's gonna be our cultist up here. Sorry, we're flipping now. We're gonna back away from them for just a minute. This cultist up here, I might just move his order around in a minute, but he's gonna go up here. He's gonna take a shot at Sam or Jim over there. Let's see who he's going after. He's gonna go after Jim. Jim's the closest and out, so I did a dice roll on that one. He's going to do, what does he got as a weapon? What do you got, buddy? Actions. He's got a pipe gun. Oh, this cultist's got a pipe gun. Good luck to you. 0. Pink. It hits right off the vehicle next to Jim. As silly as I'm making it sound, he is directly trying to kill you. So all seriousness included, Jim, you're fine. You're fine. Raven, we are spinning back to you, though. I'm going to move that guy out of the way, so I'm not pivoting the map as much. But Raven, we're back down to you all. I just want to make it clear that Alfred as well and Hell's Bells are going to make a beeline up to the wall there, so that they can be of more use. There are now some other cultists, just to keep them in the mix. There are some other cultists that they've shot down that have come out of there since then. But just for the sake of our players here, in a difference to the battle that's happening in the background, you also have some other soldiers who have deployed here as well too. So there's other guards that are now further engaged in the fight. So as they kind of poke out of the tree lines, you do have a couple extra cultists who have come out of that encampment. But Raven and Lena, you got those 2 right next to you. There is still this guy up ahead. Raven, if you want to take any shots at him, he's still in your long range. And then again, for Sam and Jim, you still got those 3 guys that you're in the know about. So Raven, what would you like to do? You want to shoot at the one who's farther away still on the ramparts? Or you could leave the vehicle, you could...
I hop out of gun turret and grab my flamer at cooking time for Rusty.
Wow! Okay. Well, it's gonna, I think if you want to use it on this turn, it's gonna go into you having to spend some AP to do that. And I say it because you're up in a turret, the thing is on its side. I can't imagine you getting out of that thing and getting to a combat position unless you want to stay in there and try firing out the sides. Look, if you want to leave the APC, it'll take your minor and your major action this turn. You got to get out of the turret. You got to get your gear. You got to open the back hatch. You got to get out. But you could also try to use your flamer from the inside. Warning, any complication you get has the risk of setting yourself and other things inside the vehicle on fire as you hit the sides of the firing box viewport. How about them apples? What's she gonna do? You're going to use your AP. Okay, well, so at this rate, you're going for it. You're getting out of the vehicle then completely. So it's going to take your major and your minor. Like I said, you're disengaging from the vehicle. You're getting out the back of it just fine. And once you get out the back, if you were going to fire your flamer this round, you need to spend 2 of your action points from the pool to do that. And your difficulty on the test will go up by 1 unless you have any kind of perk that negates that. And I don't think you do. 1 success is all you need. I'm guessing you're shooting at the one who's titled Psycho 2. That's probably like right on top of your icon there. And you can go ahead and roll up your primary attack with it. Roll up that flamer damage. Where'd that roll like that? That flamer damage is not correct. It's rolling D10s? It needs to roll combat dice. What is this flamer, Raven? Did you create this? I don't know what's rolling, but a flamer rolls 3 combat dice. It's got burst, persistent, and spread. So burst, each effect hits another target in close range. Spread, for each effect rolled, your attack inflicts 1 additional hit on the target. Okay, so I don't have to worry about any effects. So that is 5 points of energy damage to that guy, and he has some damage resistance, so let's see what this guy's got. Roll us a hit location too, Raven. Just so we can see where that lands. Left leg. He has 2 points, so he is negating 2 of that. He takes 3 points of damage from your flamer, and he is not set ablaze. He is not set ablaze. The fire hits him, and it is almost as if he is... Visually, you think he's immune to the flame. He's taken damage, yes, but it is as if his robes do not catch alight. It is as if the fire does not actually burn his flesh. You are like superheating him with the fire, but otherwise he is visually unaffected. Anything else for you, Raven? I think that's about it, unless you're going to spend another AP for a movement. You could. But otherwise, it is Lena. And I think Lena's complication is, yeah, she in that last turn panicked. She's going to use this turn to actually kind of roll something to kind of gather herself. Because she's up there in the cockpit of this thing. Lena's a fixer. Lena's going to spend this turn trying to get the APC to go forward. She got a good enough roll here that I think she could get it out of these roots in the next one. She's going to get a difficulty 2 piloting test next round. So her roll unlocked her ability to go forward, like to actually do that. And so in the next one, she can try and get this thing free. She's making a little bit of headway. Our Mothman cultist up in this region, up on the ramparts, he's going to... What sort of weapons this guy got? This cultist has a combat shotgun. He's going to try to make his way back over and up his side where his where his buddy got blown off. He was bloody. He's going to use a combat shotgun against Hell's Bells as he winds up over the edge here. Sam loves combat shotguns. He knows why this is good. Great. He lands 2 successes. I'll take that AP back. Thank you, sir. And he manages to do 5 points. Oh, wow. He does 5 points of damage directly to Hell's Bells' chest. Hell's Bells, boom. She is looking rough with that close proximity hit. She is at the stage of she's just shy of bleeding out from that one. She almost has a bloody effect. I think she has 1 point of damage resistance on her chest. Yes. She saves all but going to a bleed mechanic on that one. So let me take away 4 points of health from her. That hurt Hell's Bells pretty bad. Let's see. Mr. Handy, though, he's going to go, and I'm actually going to roll his effect on that. And then we're coming back to you, Sam and Jim. So if you guys want to think of your move here, pardon my doing some gun stuff. He's going to use his flamer. He succeeds on that, and he gets to add a couple more damage die because I didn't do that before. He does 3, 4, 5, 6 points of damage to this dude up on the hill. And I'm going to say he gets 3 rounds of persistent damage on this. So 3, 4, 5, 6. This dude's going to take 6. Okay. Is this guy alive? Yes, he is. Okay, -6 to that guy's health. He's going to take fire damage on the next couple turns, should I remember to do that. We're going to go back around to you, Sam and Jim. You two are up.
With Mothman Cultist number 2 kind of on the ground, I'm going to take my aim at the boss that's behind him.
He is hard to see. He's actually hard to see. He's not visible to you. He is hanging out inside the area and just not visible. So whether he's like hit the deck in there or whether there's other spots, he is not visible to you.
Well, I will kind of finish off this guy that's on the ground.
Go for it.
All right. Oh, and I mentioned in the chat, but I forgot about adding the agility from the tests.
Yes.
So I do have +1 agility.
Oh, good. That's wonderful. I'm glad you remembered because I did not. Glad you said it.
But regardless, looks like that hits.
2, and you might get your 1 back your action point pool there. And so let's see. Go ahead and roll your damage whenever you're ready. Let's see how much this little guy's got left for health. It's not much. No, with that, Sam, he stops moving. That cultist falls dead. Done. 1 gun silenced on the field. Got anything extra in your pool here, Sam?
I am going to use an action point that I just got back to. Can I use it to like move up to this bathtub?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Use your minor action to move.
And I will pass it on to Jim.
Okay. I'm gonna aim and shoot my hunting rifle at cultist number 1.
Cultist number 1. Okay, go for it. Nice, that works.
Okay.
Roll up that damage. Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
4, 5 points of damage on that. Let's see, what's this guy got left for health? Boop, 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 boop. Can you roll us a hit die too, Jim, so I can see where he gets? Left arm. What's your resistance, buddy? Probably not much. I think he's got 1 point. Yep, 1 point in... Oh, yeah, and yep, his arm. So he takes 4 points of damage. That gun doesn't have any kind of effect on it, right, Jim?
It has piercing.
Oh, it has piercing on it. Oh, then he takes all 5 of that to his left arm. So his left arm is crippled. Good work. 5 points of damage that negated his damage resistance over there. So he is ready for the killing. If you want to use any extra AP, Jim, you can do that. You can fire again for 2. You can move for 1, unless you've already used. You may have a minor action left still. I don't know.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, locking in Jim's turn. I did move our other little raider, so he's gonna act next before we depart you guys up in this zone. So Sam, you getting closer, him just taking that hit. He's gonna stay up there, and he's gonna use that pipe gun on you, Sam. Oh, and like any shitty pipe gun, in the moment of him being shot in the arm, he goes to pull it and try and shoot at you, Sam, and it is jammed. Nothing. His turn is over. But that puts us back to these other 2 cultists who are surrounding the vehicle. One who Raven tried to set on fire and hurt, but could not succeed. Let's see. They are going to... I'm going to work with the one that is not next to Raven first. That one is going to do a sort of a mirror of what he did before, that as the vines are growing, let's see what he can do. If he needs a 1 on this, he gets a 1. Okay, he has success on this. He puts his hands on the APC, and Raven, you probably feel it more than you hear his prayer, but as he channels energy into from the ground, from the wood here, a massive gust of air blows out of the woods as if you now almost hear a calm, expecting something to come out, almost like you're expecting to hear, almost like to us would be like T-Rex footsteps in Jurassic Park. There's an ominous kind of pause before another massive root smashes up out of the ground, booting the APC from where it was just held up into the air as it into the middle of the street, with Lena on board, crashes down into the center. The Mothman cultist falls to his knees, pretty clearly drained of his energy. Let's see what sort of damage. He's using a big ol' attack here. He deals 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 more points of damage to the APC as it, again, is just slammed onto the ground. Let me do some little math for it. Take away a 12.
Wise one, save us.
It's got 32 points of health left. Wise one, save us. With that being the thought in Raven's mind, the next cultist, the one who's next to you, the one you just tried to destroy, goes and proceeds to his next. I'm going to roll him this. Let me see how I do that. Right, let me roll it. Let me roll it. What are you... Am I doing something wrong, game? What am I doing wrong? Oh, I see. I don't know how to play. I don't know how to play the game. Hold on, everybody. I'm learning. Raven, a 1 will hit you. He pulls out a ritual dagger as he's close to you, puts a hand on your shoulder, and he makes a swing right at you. He connects with your right arm as he does 5 points plus 1 of piercing. What's your armor, Raven? Is it loaded into the game? Will I be able to see it here if I look at you? Arm, 1 point of physical resistance each. This is enough to cripple Raven's arm. He gets you in the right arm, making any two-handed attacks you attempt to use more difficult to complete. And as he slices your arm in such a way that it immediately goes limp, you've seen these cultist daggers etched with runes. He goes, "Sister, you never should have come here. You've chosen the wrong side. You betray his words. You bring these heathens to our nest. For this, you will be punished. Not just you alone, but all those who come with you and all those who sent you." And he looks over to his brother, this other cultist who has fallen to his knees. "What power you have seen here today is only the beginning of your end, and it will catch up with you soon." And that brings you to your turn, Raven. Raven says, "I was reading my mind. I was going to hit him with a big hammer." And it is your turn. Lena's going to be stunned for the next turn. She was going to try and get the thing out of there, but now she's trying to figure out how to get this APC, which is thrown into the middle of the street, if she can get this thing moving. I should probably honestly roll a die to see what sort of side it's laying on. If it gets a leg die, it's going to be up correctly. If it gets something else, it might be tilted. Right arm. That APC is on its side. It's on its right side. Wheels to them.
"No, you are the lost ones." I draw my 10mm and shoot him in the chest.
Oh, go for it. Go for it. They're hurt from the last time, Raven. Come on, you got this. Oh, okay. 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 You can use luck to reroll. Anything you want to do. Luck, says Sky, because that's a complication. You got a success in there. I'm surprised you have that high of a target number. Yeah, reroll the 20. Take a luck point off and reroll the 20. Unless you have a perk, I don't think you do that lets you reroll. 2 successes. That's wonderful. That's an AP back in your pool. And so that worked out really well. It helped the team. I'll put that AP back, I think. Great. And with that, with those 5 points, you are able... We're going to say these are center mass. I think you actually have a perk that does center mass, too. I'm going to look at your character sheet for just a second, just because I want to know if
yes.
Yeah. She does have center mass. When you make a ranged attack, you may choose a target, torso, or equivalent. What? Oh, you know what? Actually, she might get her point back, her luck point. So when you make a ranged attack, you may choose to strike the torso without increasing the difficulty. In addition, you may reroll 1d20 when making the test for your attack. So if we were playing more formally at a table, a person should call this out and say, "I'm doing center mass." That way they activate that 1d20. But yeah, you get your luck point back, Raven. Because that was part of what you did right now. That's specifically for moments like this. So you right in the chest, and as that bullet, that last one connects, where you would expect to see this man fall down to his death, instead, just his entire mass turns into black, dark moths that fly right up and back into the tree line behind him. That one is just completely gone, done dead from the battlefield, but there is no physical body left for him. He just, as we could say, evaporates into moths, dematerializes into moths as they fly away.
The wise one says hello.
Badass.
Got anything next, Raven? Are you passing? I think you could do other things. I think you still have your ability to attack again. 2 AP and you could shoot the other dude. Though he's on his knees reconstituting himself. Hey, thanks for the subscriber over on Matt. Thank you for that. I'm sorry I don't have Twitch chat up. I can't see you, but hello, Twitch friends. We've been going hard at our game over here, and we do a lot on YouTube as well, so if people want to check that out, that'd be
I
super
turn fire at him as well.
Turn fire at him as well. Okay, so 2 AP out of the pool then, so I'll take those. 1, 2, and this increases your difficulty by 1, so you need a difficulty 2 to hit the guy. Whoa! 3 successes. I'm putting the 1 back in the pool for you. You do succeed. Go ahead, do your damage. Center mass again, I'm guessing. You're at close range with this guy. So 4, you got 6 points. I don't think your gun has any fancy effect to it. You correct me if I'm wrong, but no effect. Go ahead and roll that hit location for me so we see what his damage resistance is. Torso. His torso takes only 1. This guy's a weakie. Okay. So
the wise one lives.
Yeah, 5 points. Well, I'm giving him 5 points of damage on this. Let's see. No, 4. Okay, there we go. 4 points of damage to the torso. Excellent work. Okay, Raven. That's your turn concluded. Hell's Bells and Mr. Handy, we'll check in with them briefly. They have a bit of a fire exchange with a guy up here. Alfred had already lit the guy on fire. And as this turn rolls around, this cultist, you can hear him scream out, "Ah! Ah!" as he succumbs to the flames from Mr. Handy, a.k.a. Alfred's flamer. And he goes, "That's right, and I have the ability to put you out with the cryolator too. This is what you get for attacking my friends." And he's going to go over and tend to Hell's Bells. They have for now, along with some other soldiers that have kind of come and run up with them, they have secured this part of the facility over here. I say facility very loosely. Let me go ahead and erase just some of the junk from here so you can kind of see what's going on. A lot of the people actually have already run out of it. But they have now, again, along with some other soldiers you guys brought, have secured that kind of flank to it. Raven, thank you for using your Twitch Prime sub. That all helps a lot, folks. I appreciate it. I'll also use this to say, if you're a Bethesda fan, you can save 20% off on their website using our code BTAILS12, BTAILS13, and BTAILS14. It's B is in Bethesda, Tails is in story, and then those numbers. 20%, we get a kickback. Also, Modiphius, 10% off their site where you can buy the game, and that code is BTAILS as well. No numbers that time. Okay. Yeah, Sam.
I'd like to shout out Ferg Master Flex for the raid as well, and he's heading out, so they're heading out. So goodbye.
Thank you for the raid, Ferg Master Flex. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hey, Ferg Master Flex. Thank you for the comment. I'm sorry I didn't see that. Rock on, guys. I appreciate it. But love the GMing. Inspired me to do my own. Yes, Ferg Master. Oh, come by sometime and we'll talk about it when I'm less in my notes here. There's a lot of little moving parts in this. Also, some of this fight I just made up on the spot. Okay, so as we're going through, yeah, the raider, the one that's listed as raider boss inside the boat, still makes no known visible of his presence. He's just still hanging out in there. So we're going back to Sam. It's you, it's Jim. You got that raider that's still in eyesight. What's your plan here, gang?
How far away am I from him? Am I in short range?
Yeah, I'm going to say you're in close range to that guy.
I'm going to pull out my combat shotgun and let loose on him.
Go for it. Oh.
I am going to re-roll that with trigger discipline.
Yeah, you are. Nice. You only need one, so you get
yeah.
one back in the pool. I'll do that for you right now. Our little guy here's got no armor. Oh, no. But enough armor to hold off on. Nope, that's a piercing. Boom, you take him out. He had 3 measly HP. Sam, you roll around that corner and just blast this guy out. You just see him fall off backwards from that car thing he's got as a perch. He is dead. That clears your approach to get closer to the boat if either of you want to do that.
Yes, I would like to use an AP to get another minor action and move my way over here.
Sure.
And kind of see if I can peer into this little inner area a little bit.
Yeah. As you look in there, you see one more cultist who, let's get him on the board here, show. Sorry, I'm just reusing one of the other tokens. There's one cultist who is sitting near this fire praying. There is an effigy that he's sitting in front of. And yeah, he doesn't seem to care. I'll go ahead and unveil just all the rest of this to you, so we got a full map there. Shout out to the lore Patreon. Somebody made a bit of this. I had to do some edits, but they made most of this little structure of sandbags and the rest. Somewhere behind, underneath of that vehicle here, underneath of this, there's some sort of like graphical error. There's a big white circle, but so we... technically, I combined my creativity with what they had already built, this great thing, and we this is a cool culmination of it all. So really nice thing. Shout out to the lore Patreon. They have all these assets. I'm a subscriber as a broadcaster of their stuff, and they have a cool Discord server where people come up with great art. So that's my shout out. There's a link in the YouTube description for this later if you want to go check them out yourself. Sam, you see that one guy sitting at the fire praying to an effigy of the Mothman in the very typical vine style. It's one of the ones that has skulls and yeah, not exactly beautiful looking.
I am gonna pass my turn because I believe even if I paid, I wouldn't be able to get there, right? For like another turn.
You're right. You used how much action? You one thing of movement to get where you are?
Yes.
If you paid 1, you could get here. That's what you want to do?
I don't. Then I'd have to pay 2 more to do a shot. So
yes,
I might
that's
just
correct.
wait for my next turn. I might just wait for my next turn.
Seems
I'll
fair.
pass it up.
Okay, Jim.
Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and move over this way.
Okay. Good point.
And then I'm gonna shoot with my hunting rifle again. Raider, or not Raider, cultist, Scaver 1.
Yep. This guy in here, the one praying.
Yep.
Go for it. Jim finds a nice spot there where you can like see in through the sandbags in the car, but not well enough.
No.
Do you have any extra things that let you re-roll? Or do you want to spend any to re-roll? It's just up to you. It's not a huge high stakes roll.
I don't think so. I don't think I do.
Got you. Well, with that, unless you want to spend AP, it recycles to Raven's area. Which puts us back with the cultist who is praying. He's going to roll... I'm going to have him roll. Yeah, he's going to do a roll here to see what his maneuver is. Is he still recovering on the ground? Is he getting up? I would like him to roll an endurance. Yeah, endurance and survival. No successes. Raven, he stays there on his knees, unknowing, unaffected, just completely doing what he's doing. And that will bring us to your turn, Raven. And just so the guys know, it's going to come back to them soon enough. Like very soon. We're just running out of NPCs on the board. So, Raven, what is your idea to do with this guy who just seconds ago, I mean, he's the one who threw the APC with his most recent battery of abilities.
I walk up, place the barrel to his, and pull the trigger. The wise one send a message to you, dim one, I'm coming.
Okay, where you're are you aiming this shot or you're just firing it? You're doing center mass? Or are you shooting him in the head?
Aiming for his head.
That does increase your difficulty of your test by 1. So just go ahead with that knowledge in play. You'll need a difficulty 2. I don't even know if that's fair at this sort of distance. I don't know. Go ahead and make that roll. That's the technicality of it. But I think I'm willing to give it either way because center mass and all that. We'll say it connects because you're right next to the guy again. I know it's technically difficulty 2, but in this distance and him not fighting back, I think that fixes it. So go ahead and roll damage on that, Raven. Ooh, 4 points of damage. What does this guy have for health? Oh, and just like that, yeah, he is very low on health. Blam! And the very... Actually, this one's a bit different. This one, instead of him bursting into moths as the last one did, this one, you shoot him, and he falls over... And almost as soon as he falls, he just begins to disintegrate into a kind of almost like earthy dust that just really resettles with the floor here. Like he so quickly deteriorates as if there were nothing to him at all, that he just merges right back in with the earth, right where you left him. There he is, everybody, and he is gone. Both physically and from their battlefield. Both. That leaves you all with one guy inside praying and one person on the boat that you know of, that you saw. Okay, gang. I'm going to throw it back to Sam and Jim right away. Especially for the urgency of time. We're going to wrap this battle up within the next 15 minutes. Come hell or high water, because that'll be close to our time to wrap up. So Hell's Bells and Alfred kind of make their way around the side of the boat. Let me adjust this for the stream back up here. They kind of make their way around the side of the facility. Sam, you are up.
I use 1 AP to get to the position that I'm at right now.
Okay.
Or sorry, I guess I don't use an AP. Either way, I'm gonna pull out a gun as well. So use AP for that. Pull out my hunting rifle. I aim the hunting rifle through the effigy and aim it at the guy.
Oh, wow. Okay. Go for it. He's going to shoot the cultist that's in the center there. 3 successes. I'll put those 2 back into your pool there. And
with that, it explodes. As I shoot through it, I imagine
Hell
it
yeah.
just it like a tree just bursting, like shards of wood go everywhere.
Wonderful. And with that, I think the way you're positioned is that it's from where you're standing, it's him and then the effigy on the other side, and where you make this shot, he basically falls just from his position of prayer, kind of on his knees, directly into that blown up shards of effigy there, just sticks and skulls and stuff blown apart. He is dead, right next to the fire, right next to the everything there. That brings him to a grisly end. Now, either you go further, Sam, or it's technically Jim's turn next. You don't, again, see the raider kind of boss dude that we have, the icon. He is not standing there visibly, but there is an interior to the boat. And so that, if you're going to secure it, you know there's at least one more person there for your troubles.
Can I pay to move again?
Yes, you may. Well, wait,
Ooh.
Can you? You moved once?
It's not a big deal if I can't.
You moved once, then you used a bonus AP. I don't think you can do 2 minor actions in one turn.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'll pass it on.
Okay. Jim's up.
Okay. I'm gonna get on the boat.
Okay, Jim's getting on. Hell yeah. So you crawl up the side there, Jim. There's kind of like a wooden, again, very Raider style scrap plank that helps you get on there. It is, as you get close to it, you notice the boat seems like, again, it's floating on its own. It's there, it's doing its thing, but it is, again, it's in this kind of rocky area, kind of a little bit on the shore, as you can see. So it needs an inspection, to say the least.
Okay. I don't know. Probably just that's it. I'm just gonna get on the boat and just wait for the next go around.
Good deal. Raven, you are up. What's your plan over here? Raven's up, and she's a whole way over here. I want to see about those major actions again. This is the only thing I wasn't sure about with Sam's thing. Is like, could he have major action run over that way?
I could have paid to sprint, but it's all good. I'm reading it now.
Aha. Good to know. So that would have been 2 AP then to do that. If you still want to, because it's my rolling issue, you can do that. I don't know where you want to sprint to, but if you want to spend 2 AP, I think it would be to sprint then. It's a lot of AP to sprint, but you are at 5 out of 6.
I'll wait.
Okay. Raven, you're sprinting. You're far. I don't know what you're doing.
I run up to the APC and see where the others are.
1. If you want to move another minor action, that would be 1 AP there. And then if you want to get the whole way up there in this turn, I think that would be your sprint. Is to get the whole way up there. That'd be 2 AP. Oh, she's gone from the call. There we go. She's back. I think for you to go further than this, Raven, it's going to cost you 2 more AP if you want to pay it. You'd be up there with the group easily. Raven just with all of her might just bursts across. Sure. Whoop, whoop. And with that, she is up here. You can be on the boat or not, your choice. But she is now up in this region. Lena and the APC still overturned down there. Okay, gang. That puts us to unless Raven wants to do more. I think Mr. Handy at seeing all this would go, "Oh, Master Sam, hell's bells, I think I should go check on the APC, see if Lena's okay. Oh my!" And he flies off in that direction. Raven's good. Okay. Well, let's see. This guy has his turn first. So, Jim gets up on the boat. Raven's running up to the side. Sam is getting into position. Hell's Bells has a spot too. And you wait. It's your turn again, Sam. What do you want to do?
I'm going to get... Is this like deep water or shallow water right here?
Shallow, but you'd be then having a little bit of a struggle to get up to the boat side.
Okay. I'll just take the easy path.
Sure.
How can I make it enough in here? Okay.
Yeah, you open the door to the cabin there. It's a metal door, but you go in. This fishing boat, as you see in there, has steering wheel in the center, or whatever the word is. It also has a stairwell down into the interior hold. And Sam, it is about the moment that you look into that area that our cultist friend has a prepared action here. In lumpy shape, this big figure bolts at you out of the dark of the stairwell, wearing power armor, as he tackles you to the side of the interior here. He is, I'm just going to make sure his attack goes off here correctly. Let me roll a thing. He gets you with that. He's going to deal, let's see, in what body parts he hitting most. To your torso, he inflicts 4 points of physical damage as he slams you up against the wall there, Sam. And he says, "No one can save you from the Mothman's embrace. You can kill all of us, and you will still never succeed. Your attempt to take what is ours will fail." Your official action begins now to do what you would like to do. But he now has you pinned up against that wall, crushing you in power armor, Sam.
Luckily, my armor negates just a little bit of that. This negates just 1 point of that damage, and I'm still, because of that, I'm still a little bit loose. I can still move my arms.
Loosey goosey.
So I say, sure, pal, whatever you say, and I kind of reach my shotgun under, and I try to like aim it. It's between him and I just try to aim it towards him and get whatever part I can get.
Sure, let's do it. Nice. 1 AP back. Torso shot, 3 points of damage with both of those effects on. Torso. So you get some extra health to that location. Just for the ease of time, I'm just going to negate that health. Okay, blam! You, with that, effectively shatter the chest piece of his Raider style power armor. This is the power armor you suspect they stole from the Free Radicals. You can just see the metal from that blasted away. And as you look into his eyes, Sam, there is almost hard to tell if it's the blast of the shotgun or if you see it for real, but a red glow from his eyes. Do you want to do anything further on your turn here? You can spend AP.
You know what? Now that he's backed away a little bit, I'll use this as an opportunity to take another shot at him.
Do it.
And I just want to ask real quick about, did you add the AP? Because I added it. I just want to make sure I didn't double add it.
I don't think so, but I also want to remind that we're going to also trigger your Mysterious Stranger here too, so we do not forget about it.
All right, sweet. So I will, I'll aim my shot again and let's see how it goes.
This one, you don't have to pay, you don't have an extra difficulty for this, huh? So that hits.
All right, sweet.
And as you're doing this, let's see what location. Left arm, 5, 6, okay. And the left arm, I know I'm doing this damage wrong, but for his armor, I should say, I know I'm doing it wrong. Sorry to anyone that knows the rules better, but I'm just doing this quick. So his arms have +3 health to them, and you just dealt 2, 4, 6 points of damage. I'm not even worried about that. Let's see. He's going to take 3 points to that. Oh, very good. Very good. Okay. And your Mysterious Stranger who pops out, it's about at this exact time. Do I even have a sound effect here? Where are you, buddy? Here we are. He needs to roll under a 16. They always roll 3d20 for attacks. Oh, wow. 8 plus piercing. Okay. He connects his hit, and he doesn't do great on his damage here. He, oh, I don't want to roll those, but okay. He only does 6 points of damage, actually. And where's he hitting him? He's doing 6 points of damage to the right arm. We're going to say, is it the same arm you hit him in? No, unfortunately not. He does do enough damage to disable the power armor on his other arm too. So this power armor that this guy's wearing, this janky stuff, is not looking good. Jim, you're up. And just as a heads up, we are pressed for time here, gang.
Okay.
Very pressed. Sorry. If you want, they're in that room. You could burst in and just take a shot. You could club them or anything like that. Whatever you want to do there, Jim. Or you don't have to do that.
All right, I'll go in.
Jim's going in. You see Sam pinned up against the wall with the Mothman cultist in this power armor. What are you doing, Jim?
Well, I'm seeing what I have here. Okay. Let's try. Ooh. Let's see. Wait, real quick. This does. Okay, and this does. Okay. All right. Baseball bat to the noggin. Let's do it.
Go for it.
Whoa. Second here. Here we go.
Nice, nice, nice. Go for that damage. You can spend AP, by the way, if you want to increase your attack damage, Jim.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be best to save it for right this second. Excellent. 4 points of damage. That is a good amount on him. To his noggin. He's got some resist, so his helmet armor is losing its effect there too. Raven, you get one more round. So go ahead and deal any damage or anything you want to do. You would have to get into that room with them from where you are. You know, you might have a little bit of a shot through the window, but I'm going to up your difficulty by 1 just because a tight shot. You might see him like pressing up against Sam because they're sort of at a spot where you can kind of see in some of those boat windows that they've got on the bridge. Okay, while Raven's typing, everyone, I'm going to get you ready here for our sign out because we are going to exit just after this turn. So for everyone that's been here tonight, I want to thank you for subscribing and staying tuned. We do this every Sunday over on Twitch. We will have a follow-up to this episode next week. Look out for that. There's also a new Overseer's log from the last episode, so if you want to hear the behind-the-scenes to it all, please go take a listen. Raven, what do you got for us? We're at skin of our teeth seconds here. Okay, well, with that, Raven has not typed a thing yet. He's going to go ahead and bring this thing to a conclusion as Sam, next to that window, he pulls back a punch with the remaining power of this power armor, and he punches you straight through the glass of that window, Sam, sending you in one of a cinematic shot, glass flying out behind you as Sam off of the muddy ground outside, knocking you unconscious, buying you a session where you don't have to be active in this combat. So to the gang we have here, I want to thank you for your time tonight. To Jim and Raven, you guys have a bad guy next week, a rather healthy. Well, I mean, healthy. You've taken down his armor. You've not hurt him yet physically. Sam, I hope that's a good conclusion for you this week. That way, buying you again and out on the next time we meet up here. And we wish you safe travels on this upcoming. I hope you all got to have fun in this. That gives Raven and Jim, if you guys are able to secure this spot next week, you guys could do some work to the boat. You could figure out what you can scavenge and do all the rest from here. I also want to congratulate you. I mean, this might sound like a weird place to do it because you're still kind of mid-combat, but you all level up here as well. You're all now level 8. You've dispatched enough people for it. So specifically, Jim and Raven, you'll want to have those perks picked out next time because I will let you use them in this combat. like you're leveling up mid-combat. So Sky writes, be careful not to destroy the boat, Raven. That is true. Flames, fire, explosives, grenades will. I actually had a whole mechanic in my mind that if you guys had missed one of your shots with that APC with a boat in the background of it, that you would have tore a hole through the hull. But nobody did that. It was all fine and dandy. So anyone have any last second thoughts here for the night? Is that a good conclusion for this week?
I am all good. I appreciate everyone for being here.
That was some really good maneuvering, everyone. I really got to say, I really liked it. Very cinematic battle. I found those to be really fun things. Raven says, like I would ever destroy the boat. Let's see, Rusty's barn. The police station might be more Sam. I don't know. What other buildings has Raven destroyed? She's got a reputation.
The mushroom incident.
Well, let's just remember. Let's just remember, you get Raven hyped up on mushrooms, she's gonna do anything she can to break everything.
Well, her and that pink paste she's eating. Okay, everybody, that brings us right up to the edge of our time for tonight. So I want to thank you for being here. We're going to put a pin in it for this week. We will be back next again here over on Twitch, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. If for any reason Jim, aka DK, or Raven, aka Mac Raven, are out next week, we will end up putting a pin in that. We'll postpone it. But otherwise, the gang could continue the fight here. It's just kind of wrap up, and it's looting, and it's doing boat work. So we'll just play next week by ear. If we got the people, we got them. If we don't, we don't. We'll wish Sam again a good trip there, or Sky a good trip. Yeah, everyone, there's some shorts up on YouTube. I mentioned the codes you can get, but you can check that all out in the description below. To anyone that considers subscribing on Patreon, I'm going to try and get that stuff locked and loaded here for the future. But shout out to the Lore Patreon that we got this map from and the rest. That's it, folks. That's it. That is a good night to all of you. Stay safe in the wasteland, and we'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.